Welcome back to Boruto Anime Review. This is episode number 23. And I'm reviewing the 23rd episode of Boruto, Naruto Next Generations. And this episode was called Bonds Come in All Shapes. And I was right. I was proven to be correct that the Naruto Gaiden, the Naruto 7th Hokage in the Silver Springs, which is a 10-chapter manga, will be adapted by like 5 or 6 episodes, and it was adapted in 5 episodes. I was proven to be correct. Yep, I kind of predicted this, and yes, the whole arc was wrapped up in 5 episodes. Some people thought, oh, maybe they'll stretch out to 10 episodes. I thought it might stretch out to 6, but nope, it was 5 episodes. So, I was proven to be correct. And in this episode, which kind of picks up wherever the last one leaves off, basically, Naruto, Sasuke, Chocho, and Sadara go to find Sakura, which she's in basically Shin Uchiha's lair. And she starts laying, like, if The Rock was basically making a commentary about this whole entire fight scene, he would say, she's laying the smack down on this candy ass. That is what he would say. Which is exactly what she did. She laid the smackdown on him. Basically beating him, throwing pillars at him, threw a pillar at him, like blasting his way. And in the end, she was the one who actually defeated him. And that's actually quite surprising because a lot of the time, whenever it comes to main villains, a lot of the time it tends to be either Naruto or Sasuke, but not Sakura. Well, actually she has defeated one villain in the whole series. She defeated Sasori of the Red Sand way back in the first arc, the first arc that came right after the 2.5-year time skip. Yeah, that's by far the only major opponent she's actually defeated in the whole entire franchise, and yet she defeats Shin Uchiha, which makes it the second guy she's ever actually defeated. Though she didn't technically kill him, anyways, he actually lived. Yep, and it was awesome to see. Also, this is something I thought I would never see in a Naruto series again. Naruto's eyes going red. Yeah. I think the last time that happened, as far as I can remember, I think the last time I can remember that happening was actually prior to the time skip. Basically, when during the first round between Sasuke and Naruto, which happened in Final Valley, that was the last time that Naruto's eyes turned red. I mean, like, blood red. It was like basically kind of like the early stages prior to him basically getting his Kibe form. Yeah, so he was doing something from basically from the part 1 of the manga. Yeah, I was actually quite surprised to see it, and of course, he was doing it to scare one of the Shin Uchihas, one of the copies. And of course, Kurama decides to sort of spook him, and I kept thinking, is Kurama gonna eat him? Because Kurama is so big, and he was so close he could have ate that kid, but nope, he didn't eat him. And after the original was defeated, and of course, Sadara did something unexpected. She actually is she not only does the whole thing with the whole very accurate with the kunai, she basically inherited her mother's strength. Well, her mother's monster strength, because, well, she punched this thing so hard, basically flattened his face. Yeah, which I'm kind of like, okay, so maybe that was a trait that was passed down from her mother. Yeah, which basically was definitely proven in this episode that Sorcery, I think his name is, he was one of Sasuke's partners in Taka. Yeah, it proved the fact that, yep, he in fact screwed up DNA results. Even Karin, basically, which I kind of expected her to show up in this one because, well, she did show up in the manga. But the most unexpected, there were 2 unexpected people who did show up in this episode that I did not expect to show up. One, what was Ino, making her, I believe, her 3rd appearance in the series. Choji, this is probably his 5th appearance in the series he's actually shown up in, though his wife doesn't show up. And of course, Ino is like saying hi to Sasuke, and Sadara's like, he's taken. Yeah. But it's nice to see that Ino interacting with Choji in this particular show, which is nice. I think that the only other time you see Ino was basically when she took Sakura to the place where Sasuke and Sakura basically had their first date. And I wouldn't be surprised that when Sakura and Sasuke got married, Ino was the maid of honor. I would not be surprised about that, and probably Naruto is probably the best man. But it's a Japanese style wedding, so I'm not sure exactly how they work over there. So yeah. Plus, the most unexpected sight to see was Kabuto making his first ever appearance on the series. And he still looks exactly the same as he did at the end of the 4th Great Ninja War. Basically looking like a snake. Seriously, that's what he still looks like. Except for some reason, I have no idea why Kabuto did this for. Apparently now he's wearing a nun's robe for some reason. Maybe to emulate his according to records, basically his adoptive mother. That's my personal guess. I don't know. But here's kind of the thing with his adoptive mother. If you look at him quite closely, his adoptive mother looks almost exactly like him. I don't know if it's by the artist. I don't know what it was Kishimoto's idea or something. But she could have been his actual biological mother, but it was never proven in the show because, well, the show never bothered to explain where the heck he came from, because the earliest thing that they show of him basically was waking up near a tree, and his name came from a helmet. Yep. Excuse me. But it was nice to see Kabuto in the series because his showing up was unexpected. Orochimaru, who showed up in the previous episode, that was expected because he was actually in the manga. And because it's Sasuke, you gotta throw in Orochimaru. Just like when Orochimaru showed up in the Sasuke arc in the final season of Naruto Shippuden, which was an adaptation of the Sasuke light novel. So, seeing Orochimaru was not unexpected, but as for Kabuto, that was unexpected. Yep, he was very unexpected. Okay, yeah. So they take the kids back to they basically dropped them off at the orphanage. From what I can tell, they dropped them off at the orphanage run by Kabuto, which basically is where he grew up. Yeah. But as far as I can tell, let's see. A lot of this stuff basically is very similar to like, oh, Choto realized that Choji's her father, because he's so cool. Yeah. And when I saw that scene, I'm like, yep, I've seen this scene before. And it plays out exactly the way it is in the manga. Though, I don't remember Ino being there, surprisingly. I thought it was somebody else, but I don't remember Ino being there, but yeah. But I gotta praise this arc basically for this. It's like really close to the original manga. I would say with some slight alterations here, and I mean, I would say the only major changes they made was that scene in the first part where Sada was researching the Uchiha clan. That was actually added. But a lot of the stuff is really close to the original thing. I mean, yeah, they added some stuff here and there, but there was no major change. Not that I could think of, no. Though there was this one scene basically when Sasuke, Sakura, and Sada are eating dinner. It looks like the back of the house, which I'm kind of like, didn't Sakura destroy that house in the first part? Maybe they got their apartment. I don't know. It's never explained. Yep. Let's see. Oh yeah, there's actually a post-credits scene, surprisingly, right after the credits, where Boruto makes his first appearance in his own show. First time. It's been 4 episodes since his last appearance, and he shows up for a brief scene, and he shows up in a classroom that looks very familiar. Those of you who actually had watched, those who are probably familiar with this particular classroom, this is the same classroom where Naruto, when he was younger, was in for his graduation exam. And I believe also they also had, as far as I could tell, they had the first tuning exam pretty much in a similar classroom. Basically, yeah, it's a type of classroom where it's kind of like steps and the desk like set up like this. Yeah, it's a similar looking classroom, but I'm actually not that surprised that they went to that classroom. But yeah, so that's really it for this episode. Good episode, great adaptation of the Naruto Gaiden. Excuse me. Next week's episode is called Boruto and Sadara, where it looks like Boruto's getting in trouble, and it looks like they're possibly going to be working together, possibly also setting up their future team, which is shown in the Boruto film. Okay? But that's really it for this episode. Can't much else think of anything else to talk about, aside from the fact that Sakura's a badass. Yeah. Yeah, but so see you all next week for episode 24, Boruto and Sadara. But I do have a couple more videos to shoot, so need more videos today. Okay. But until then, I will see you there. Bye.